Sit down in a hurry. Welcome. Today, more immigrant ancestors, but today we're going to talk about Thailand. And I think the Thai cooks are just, they're incredibly important. They have great influence in our time. I've got too much to cook for you. Thailand is a marvelous and very ancient culture, one of the few cultures in the Far East that has completely avoided colonialism. That is to say, no one ever took them over. Now, on the map you can see, they're right in the middle of all sorts of other nations, Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam, China to the north, but they avoided any kind of takeover, but they've always had a king. They're a model of democracy now. But the king, how will I say it? He's very highly respected, and he symbolizes this long history of continuity and democratic rule. A very interesting people, and a very patient, very beautiful people. Some claim it's because of their devotion to Buddhism, so that they're very quiet, very sometimes introspective, a very lovely, very aesthetic culture. I adore them. I just adore the Thais. The people probably came from China originally, and we're talking a good 2,000 years ago. 1,000 years ago, they began to develop a profound culture. And in 1531, the nation was called Ayutthaya, from which we get, I think that's how we get the word Thailand, but it was called Siam. That word you recognize. And you remember in 1800, King Mongkut was on the throne, and it was from that king that we got the wonderful story of Anna and the King of Siam. I remember as a little kid watching that. I wanted to go so badly. The current king's name, and I must say this respectfully, but my Thai is terrible, so I apologize first, is King Bhumipan Adon Yedet. How did I do? I hope I'm close. There's a picture of His Majesty and the Queen in every good Thai restaurant that you've ever been in this country. It's a wonderful picture of beautiful people who are very gracious and just fun to be. You know, speaking about gracious, the Thais are the first Asians to join the United Nations in 1946. They became Thailand, took on the name Thailand from Siam in 1939, the year I was born. And thus, Thailand becomes a member of the United Nations. Now, there are a lot of immigrants here now. This happened within, I don't know. If you look at the restaurant lines, you see, you're going to realize that 10 years ago, there weren't many restaurants around that were called the Thai restaurants, but look at them now. They're all over the place. These are all in Los Angeles. There's a good bunch of them here, and they serve very, very good food, but that's not the restaurant that I'm going to take you to. I enjoy the restaurants in, I didn't get my favorite. What is it called? Princess Siam? I think that's what it is. But my favorite is in San Francisco. It's a heavenly place called Menorah's. Most of my friends that eat there are angry with me because now they're afraid that everyone's going to be down there eating too much. But Channing is with me, and Craig, my cook, of course. And Menorah has just brought a bit of quail that she did for us, and a wonderful squid salad. The squid salad, aren't they gorgeous people? The squid salad, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? What a job they do on decoration. And a beef salad. I don't spend that much time making food look that good. It tastes all right. And then these are shrimp and fish cakes. I'm going to do those for you today. And he put a little cucumber condiment on the top. Oh, is that good. The food looks a little different to you, doesn't it? Craig can't believe it. We just went on and on and on and on and on. Now, this course was for Channing. This is a lovely soup called chicken lemongrass and coconut soup, probably one of the most famous soups in the whole of the Far East. And they make it awfully good. I'll show you one, too, today, although I'm not going to have time to do the whole recipe. And finally, Menorah brought in the rest of the dinner. We had several courses. A beautiful dish of noodles. You see the yellow ones? They're called pad thai, and they're a rice noodle with, she's so gorgeous. Beautiful pad thai, rice noodle with lovely vegetables. That is a favorite of mine. And then a dish of crispy duck, which was pretty good. But the pork with pepper and garlic will just knock you for a loop. We just couldn't believe that one. It was just superb. Just superb. And it's fun to eat. The Thais are very gracious people. It's hard to imagine a group of Thais working in a restaurant that are not smiling at you constantly. And it isn't phony. You know what I mean? They're just a very gracious, wonderful people. I better get started. We're not going to cook a thing today. First of all, I want to do the fish cakes made of fish and shrimp. So we need a pound of fish, fresh fish, that I've ground up in my food processor. You see that? Nothing to it. Pound of fresh fish and a pound of shrimp. Look, I left one shrimp on the top so that I'd remember, not you, remember what it was. This is fresh peeled shrimp. Oh boy, what a mess. There. But it'll work fine. You just be patient with me. I'm going to mix all of this with my hands, of course. Why not? There. Now, we're going to have to hold that together. So, we're going to add the following ingredients. I need some string beans. These are very fresh. Oh, you want about 1/4 of a cup of string beans. 1/4 of a pound, I should say. That's enough. Little string beans cut. Isn't that interesting? And we're going to add some garlic. I want a couple teaspoons of garlic chopped very fine. There we are. That should do me. And 2 eggs. Boy, write this one down because it took me a long time to figure it out, and it is a classic. This is for my cousin David in San Francisco. David, if you're watching, I promised you, this is Crazy David, the man with the hats. I promised you this dish, and we've got it for you. Here's an interesting thing. This is a red curry paste from Thailand. You just buy it in a can. It says red curry paste right on the label. And we're going to use a couple of teaspoons in our dish. That should do. Oh, if you want it hotter, well, of course, put in more. But it's a wonderful condiment. The other condiment that's so common in Thailand is fish sauce. It's made of anchovies and salt that are just allowed to ferment for a long time. I want 4 tablespoons of fish sauce. You can buy it in a Thai company, or if you buy it from the Filipinos, they'll call it Nam Pla, or if you buy it from the Vietnamese, it'll call Nuc Mam. But I think this is the best brand of all, and it's made in Thailand. Oh, that's good stuff. It's just wonderful. 4 tablespoons of cornstarch will help hold this together. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll do us. And then some sugar for flavoring. Bring out the brightness of the dish. Just about a 1/2 teaspoon. And what else do we need? I think we're done. Oh, no. Black pepper. Black pepper. About, 1/2 teaspoon, I suppose. The Thais like pepper. I went in one Thai restaurant in Seattle, and I think that's all the woman did was to season with pepper. Black pepper on everything. I have a black pepper dish for you that I think you're really going to like, too. Okay, now we'll add a little bit of chopped cilantro, and this is fresh coriander. Chinese coriander. Called cilantro by Chicano people, or Chicano speaking. And let's see, what else? What are the I can't give you the Thai name. I can't even give you the Chinese name. That's the whole recipe. So I'm going to mix all of this up now. Be sure that when you do this, you splash the cornstarch around the kitchen as far as possible so that you have a real mess on your hands. There we go. Now you want to blend this a bit so that it holds up. It will begin to eventually thicken a little on you. Just with your fingers, you see? There it goes. Now it's beginning to solidify. See what I'm doing? Oh, I suppose you could put it in a mixer, but I think you'd really ruin the texture. Now let me get my hands cleaned off and wet them, and we'll make one patty, and we're going to deep fry these in oil I have about 1 inch of oil. Peanut oil, of course. You've heard me lecture about that. Put it in a electric frying pan, and it's at 360 degrees. So, my hands are just barely wet enough. We'll mold one of these just into a patty, you see. About like so. And slip it into the fat. Now be careful. And if some of you kids are figuring out some way to do this quicker than I, that's fine, but there we are. We'll let those cook for a bit. I have some in the oven. I'm saying if you think up a method cooking them quicker than I, just be sure that you don't flop them into that hot oil, because I'm going to turn these off. We don't need to watch them. Because if you splash oil on yourselves, it's all over. That's what it is. It's all over. Here we go. Aren't these beautiful? There we are. And they're called in Vietnamese, in Thai, they're called Thad Mon. Thad Mon. Aren't they gorgeous? That's enough. That's enough. To give you an idea in any case. And they're served with a very lovely sauce. Whoops. I have to add some peanuts to that. Another food product that's so common in Thailand are chopped peanuts. This is a cucumber and vinegar sauce. And that will be served along with my Thad Mon, the first dish for today from the wonderful peoples of Thailand. Now, get a wok going here, because now we're going to really start to flail. This next one, look at the cornstarch I have all over the place. Cornstarch is very, very fine. You know what? Corn, of course, came from this country, didn't it? So you have to ask a question. Where do the Thais and the Chinese get cornstarch? Because they use it all the time. Well, it came from this country. But prior to their using it, they used a starch made out of lotus root. The lotus blossom that's in the water has a big tuber on it, and the tuber is very starchy, and it has a kind of a pink color to it when you dry it, and it's very beautiful. All right, now, we're going to go to, I think, one of my favorite dishes ever. This is so good. Here are the ingredients. Slice up some pork. It's called pork with garlic and black pepper. Here you are. The pork is sliced very, very thin. And the pork, of course, is simply roast, boneless pork roast or pork butt. Pork shoulder, perhaps. But I like the pork butt because there's a little bit of streaky fat in it. So, get the wok going. Remember, hot wok, cold oil, foods won't stick. So be sure the pan is hot first. Then you put in the other things. Now, I want to add to that about 4 tablespoons. You heard me. 4 tablespoons of chopped up garlic. There we go. Isn't this wild? 4 tablespoons. You know, I used to always use my little garlic press. I do that for small dishes, but when I'm cooking Thai food, you've got to chop up a whole jar of garlic. And I don't buy this stuff. I don't buy this stuff in the market. I chop mine up fresh in my food processor, and then just keep it in the refrigerator with a plastic lid on it. It works great. Okay, it's the oil and the garlic. Now that for just a moment, I'm going to put boy, there's garlic oil in my eyes. I can hardly see. But it's a wonderful blindness. Oh, it's good. Throw the pork in. And we're going to chow that as quickly as we can. I don't want to overcook pork. You know, years ago, we used to say you had to cook pork until it was just dry as a bone. And there's no reason to do that. So I'll toss the pork now in the garlic and oil. You know, I think I need some more oil in this, and more peanut oil. There we go. And while that cooks, we'll go on to another one. There are all sorts of things cooking around here today. I tell you, there's almost too much. Here's one thing else too. Something else I have to remember. There's a wonderful. I'll show you a whole stalk. I can find it doesn't look like it's been hit by a truck. Here we go. This is the coriander blossom, or the coriander plant, I should say, that we use it very rarely in our culture, but it's common by our southern neighbors, and it's very common in the Far East. This is what it is. Now, the stems, you take the leaves off for garnish, you see, but the stems can be saved and used in this dish in the following way. You simply chop up a handful of, just a little bit of stem, you see, and we're going to cook them with the pork. Throw them right in here. Because the original recipe calls for coriander root. And unless you live in a city that has an enormous group of Thai, then you're not going to be able to find that. I don't think you can find it. I have trouble finding it. It's almost done. Now, we have to add the pepper. This is great. I'm going to add a whole bunch of black pepper. 1 teaspoon is what you start with. But if you like this, I gave the recipe to Craig and told him to test it. And my cook, and he sent a note back to me from the kitchen with the following remark. He said, "What do you mean 1 teaspoon? More. So I'm putting in 2 or 3. I'm really going to make this hot. See if I can, that's just about ready. That's just about ready. Oh, the smell of garlic and black pepper. Isn't that great? I'm sorry, I keep forgetting that you can't smell it. If you have a good imagination, and I hope you do, maybe you'll be able to smell it. This is just a great dish. The only other ingredient we need to add to this is a couple tablespoons of our fish sauce. So I'll put that up so I'll remember, then I'll get started on the next dish. Did you get all that? Oil and garlic. Chow the pork in the oil and garlic. Then you want to add some black pepper, some coriander stems, and then finally a couple tablespoons of fish sauce. It's very, very simple. Very, very simple. There. I think it's finished. I think it's finished. A couple tablespoons. What were we going to serve that in? Do you remember? Oh, I know. I've got to... Here we go. The pan is hot, and I want to continue to cook here. Pork with garlic and black pepper and a stiff shot of wonderful fish sauce. Now, if you're nervous about what I've told you about the fish sauce, I want you to calm down because it is anchovy with salt. That's all there is to it. You didn't see me put any salt in, did you? You use this instead. But it isn't fishy as you think it would be. So let me put that one out for you. I'm going to keep cooking right away. I want to get a Thai beef salad going for you. This one is just wonderful. The Thais do all sorts of things in the way of a salad with various meats, which means, of course, you eat less meat than if you would eat a whole course that way. So here we go again. Basically the same sort of thing. Boy, the pan's plenty hot this time, isn't it? A little bit of oil. And a little bit of garlic. A couple cloves, I guess, would be plenty for you. Chow that for a bit, and then I want to get this going. There we go. And put in the beef. And while that's cooking, I'll show you what kind of beef we're using. I've got about 3/4 of a pound of flank steak. And I want to cook this very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. Now, when you do flank, please remember that the meat has long fibers in it. Long fibers, you see? You can almost tear it apart. It's stringy. So figure out which way the fibers go and then cut the meat. See, the fibers go this way. Cut the meat across the grain so that it's very tender. Oh, it's so good. There it is. There, you see how nice this is? Into the pan. Into the pan it goes. Now the rest of our ingredients, we'll chow this. While the meat's cooking, I'll make a quick marinade. And then you can serve the beef hot, I suppose, but generally I like it best at room temperature. That'll do it. Okay. Now make a quick marinade here for us. Where's my big one? Here we go. I want 1/2 cup of yellow onion, all ready to go. Sliced paper thin, you see. 4 tablespoons of lime juice. Now, I squeeze my lime juice fresh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please don't use those things that are called reconstitute and they come in plastic bottles and I just don't know what they are. 4 tablespoons, 1, 2, 3, 4 of fish sauce. My Lord, do they use fish sauce in everything? We're talking Thai. 10 mint leaves. Isn't this interesting? 10 mint leaves chopped up. There we are. Fresh mint. They love fresh herbs in Thailand. And we want about a 1/2 teaspoon, just a pinch of sugar. Whoops, I've got to hurry. That's going to be overcooked. Just a 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. And a bit of red chili and garlic paste. Now, this is from China. I want about a 1/2 teaspoon of this, too. Can you catch the label? It's always labeled backwards for me. Chili paste with garlic. And you can find this in any Chinese market. This is the best brand, too. Lanchi. All right. Mix that up. And we're ready. I'm going to shut off this pan here. Too much going on. Remember, with wok cooking, have everything ready before you ever turn on the wok. Don't suddenly realize, whoops, I've got to chop the onions. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. None of that stuff. Okay. We're ready, I think. Find a bowl to mix this thing. You know, if I had more fun cooking than I do, I don't think I could take it. I can't think of another profession that would be... I've got 4 young chefs coming down, young students coming down from a school in Vermont this weekend to visit. And they're going to help me cook, and then they're going to go back and gossip with the fact that they were on the set with the Frug and all that sort of thing. I have so much fun. Okay, let me see what else I need to add to this now. I think we've got it. Just mix this up a bit. And it's served on a bed of cucumbers. Oh, that smells good. Wow. Where's my bed? Here it is. Here's a bed of cucumbers. And we'll put the very rare beef salad right on top of the bed. Well, come on, Smith. All right. You know we don't rehearse these things, don't you? Because we're always a little wacky behind here. But I think I want you to understand that's how your kitchen is, too. You don't have rehearsals for dinner parties, do you? Maybe that would help. Do you suppose? I don't think so. I've got to tell you one other story. I'm going to garnish this with some chopped scallions there, and some chopped coriander, just some whole coriander pieces just for the center. And there you have a salad. Now, while I unload the oven, here we go. I've got all kinds of things for you. While I unload the oven, Craig, you want to come and finish this chicken soup? Maybe I better talk about the soup first, huh? The most famous soup. And you're going to have to find a pot to... I'll do that. I'll finish it, and then you find a pot to put in it. I want some green peppers into my chicken soup. Chicken and coconut soup. Chicken's already in there. Hot green peppers. And we're going to add some lime juice. I want a couple tablespoons. That's plenty. Lime juice is just wonderful stuff. And then a little bit of salt and pepper. Not much. There we go. And some pepper. There we are. Okay, Craig, I think that's fine. You want to stir that up and put it in this pot where we'll be all set. I've got to tell you, when we were having dinner in San Francisco, Monora, who runs the restaurant, came by, and she's just an absolutely gorgeous creature. And when she left, Craig turned to me and he said, "Are there no unattractive ties?" Remember? That's true. Did you say it or not? And I finally turned to him and I said, "No, I don't. The Thais are all beautiful. It's very strange and wonderful culture. Very interesting people." Here's one. Here's the noodle, the pad Thai. Let me pull one out here and show it to you. You see, it's a wonderful rice noodle. Oh, that's good. And we have beef with basil. Isn't this amazing? I'm just going to keep bringing them out. Beef with basil. This is served hot, but it's fresh basil with garlic and a bit of black pepper and good beef. And here's one that I think is just beautiful. This is a squid salad. And the squid has been cut in a little diamond pattern. You see that? Isn't that beautiful? And then very quickly blanched, then tossed with vegetables and a wonderful dressing. This is just so good. Now let me find some room. I think I have one more thing here, don't I? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. This I want you to see. This is a beautiful, beautiful bowl from Thailand. It's just aluminum. It looks so expensive, but can you see the chicken in here? Isn't this gorgeous? And this fancy lid, you'd think it was all sterling silver, but it's not. These are $18 at a good market. Okay, here's the last one, and it's a dish of chicken with red curry paste. Remember the red curry paste I showed you? And it has a little coconut in it. The Thais are very fond of coconut. Find coconut everywhere in their cooking. I adore this stuff. Show you this last one. I think we've made it. What a feast. And the food is, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That's so good. If this doesn't do you in, I don't know what to say. Let's review. Thai cooking with coconut and lemongrass. Oh, the soup, by the way, has this long lemongrass in it. This is wonderful stuff. And coconuts and all kinds of fresh herbs and wonderful things give rise to this cuisine. Squid salad. A wonderful patty made of fish and shrimp. A beef with black pepper and garlic that will just knock you for a loop. A beef salad that's very delightful. Beef with basil. Oh, excuse me, that was pork. Let me go back to it. This is pork over here. This is pork that I'm talking about. Pork with the black pepper. Then the beef salad and beef with basil. Pad Thai, this wonderful noodle, and this gorgeous pot contains the most famous Thai soup, chicken, lemongrass, coconut soup, and finally, chicken with red curry paste. These dishes are very typical of a culture that is very, very beautiful. And I hope that one of these days you'll be able to find a Thai restaurant and become terribly attached to the owners because they're wonderful, wonderful people. It's an old culture. It's rather new to us. And I'm afraid that Thai cuisine now is very in. And I feel bad about that because I don't want our Thai friends to, to feel in. They're our immigrant ancestors. And they're very wonderful to be here. So, this is the Frugal Gourmet. Sawa di kap. Until I see you again, I bid you peace. Bye-bye.